振り向かないで宇宙の彼方に輝く星はアムロお前の生まれたふるさとだ覚えているかい少年の日のことを暖かいぬくもりの中で目覚めた朝をアムロ振り向くなアムロ男は涙を見せぬもの見せぬものただ明日へと明日へと永遠に
Hello, everybody. Hello. How has it been? How's everyone doing tonight? It's been a while. Hi, let's see here. Hi, Dino. Hi, Lilac. How you guys doing? Yes, hello, everybody. I missed all of you. And hopefully that my model is running a little bit better because the internet that I have right now is not the best in the world, but you know it is what it is. But yes, hello everybody. It's been a hot while since I've been on. How are we all doing today? And hang on, let me this. There we go. We got our good old Skyrim music playing. But yeah, so a lot to catch up on, and a lot to just kind of like just gush over and just nerd out about. But yeah, so I have made the trek up to from Florida all the way up to Maine, and it was a bit of a trip, I will say. It was quite a bit of a trip. So I had to move in with my family for the time being. So this is not my permanent place as of right now. But for right now, it is what it is. But yeah, so like I saw some really beautiful stuff. I actually like went on like a mountain for the first time. During like my trek, I went on like an actual fucking mountain. And I have actually never been on a mountain before, like fucking ever. And luckily I didn't have any kind of like trailer or anything like that on me. But it was kind of nerve-wracking just going up and down the mountains. Mainly just like zipping around at like 45 to 50 like miles an hour on like curves and stuff like that. But like it was like so much fun though. Holy Christ, it was amazing. So I went to a lot of various places while I was on my trip. So I went to Washington D.C. for the second time. Now, and I will say this though. Is that I have been in DC before. Right? I have been in DC before. Now, with that being said, is that I technically have only really been in the airport. I will say I've only kind of been in the airport at DC. I never really like actually got to walk around and actually got to like walk around and explore DC. Now I have been to the Iwo Jima Memorial. That was really nice. Now, the thing that was really kind of touching about like my trip, right? Now, one of the things that I really liked about it was that at the Iwo Jima Memorial, I wore my Army veteran hat because yes, I am now a official veteran of the United States Army. With that being said, now what was really kind of sweet though was that I had like a bunch of kids. They were all on a field trip. And basically they thanked me for my service because they saw my Army hat. And it felt really kind of nice. Just because, like, yes, I have been thanked for my service as a soldier when I wear my uniform, right? So when people see my uniform, they see my chevrons and stuff like that, they thank me for my service. But it was the first time I had ever been thanked for my service now as a veteran. And I don't know, chat. I don't know. Being thanked as a veteran kind of hit me a little bit. It was nice. It was kind of nice to see that. I did take pictures of the Iwo Jima memorial, and I sent it to my friend Dubs, because when I saw that, I instantly thought of him. Let me actually see if I can pull it up, actually. And Dubs actually, funny enough, Dubs actually told me some stuff about the Iwo Jima memorial. Let's see, had a really good day. Well, I'm glad you had a really good day. I had a really good day too. What did you do on your day? And also, I just want to sit here and say is that because I missed Memorial Day, I want to sit here and say thank you all for, thank you for the men and women, all the brothers, sisters, cousins, all that stuff, our fallen battles, who have given their lives for this great nation. And words cannot describe just how thankful I am for your guys' sacrifice. Salute your veterans. Salute the battles that we have in service, because they have signed that dotted lines. That way we can be free to this day. That is my patriotism for the day. That is my patriotism for the day. But hang on, let me see here real quick. Let me find that image. Let me find this image. Okay, here we go. So this is the Iwo Jima Memorial over in Washington, D.C. Like, this was so fucking cool. I took multiple shots. I really tried to... So I really tried to basically try to get the entire memorial, and I wanted to also try to get the things like the flag, because there's a giant flag. Oh, well, thank you for the head pads. But yeah, so this is the memorial for the Marines who fought in, during the Japanese theater during World War II. And according to Dubs, apparently this is actually like a restage of the initial flag raising, which is really cool. I didn't know that. I genuinely did not know that. But yeah, so I also went to upstate New York. So on my travels, I went through upstate New York. And I will say, though, is that I fell in love with New York. If the place was not, expensive as all get out, then I would love to. I would love to live there. Also, I want to know, like, how is the quality of the stream? How's the quality of the stream? Is it lagging? Is it lagging by any chance, or what? Because I don't know. Because, like, on here my model is fine. On here my model is working fine, but that's also me though. That's also me. So I don't know if the model is lagging on your guys' end or not. Like I said, the internet here is complete ass, but we will just deal with it as we go. So yeah, if it's lagging a bit, let me know. In fact, actually, hang on real quick. Let me just do something. Hang on for a split second. I'm just shooting a message to someone real quick. Hang on for a split second here, guys. There we go. Okay. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to bring up, so the other thing that I really wanted to bring up here during the stream is that, so this happened right when I was going on my hiatus. And the thing is that I am now an affiliate. I'm now an affiliate with Waifu Wares. Now, Waifu Wares kind of offers the same things as other companies and all that kind of stuff. In fact, actually, if we go to Waifu Wares right now, they offer a wide variety of shaker cups with your favorite streamers on it. They also offer trading cards as well with your favorite streamers. And also, now this is also going to be part of a push, is that, so if I can get a consecutive amount of viewers, so about like 30 or more, I can get basically my own shaker. So that is something that we're really going to be pushing in terms of the streams, is that we're really going to push that, so that way we can actually start getting, merch being made. So I'm really, really excited for this. It's going to be a goal. It's definitely going to be a goal that I'm going to hopefully we can get this by maybe like the end of the year or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But also, so that was kind of like the main announcement that I had. That's kind of like the main announcement that I had, was that I am now an affiliate with Waifu Wares, which is really, really nice. Because I'm not gonna lie here, I'm not gonna lie with you, chat. I feel like I've been kind of on a roll lately in terms of like sponsorships and stuff like this year. It feels really, really good. I'm not gonna lie, it feels really good because it's a little bit of a boost for me in terms of just like confidence in myself as a streamer. So, okay. So according to my friend, my stream is lagging a bit. So it's buffering. So what we'll probably do, hang on, let me just ask my friend here real quick. Let me see here. Hang on just a split second here, guys. Sorry, I'm just shooting a friend of mine a message real quick, because they're kind of like my little tech support right now because of my location. So, because I might have to switch to PNG. Yeah, I might have to switch to like PNG. Okay, so let me switch to my PNG real quick. Let me just fire up. Let me just fire up Fugi for you all. Because sadly, because of my location, I don't think my model will work properly. Just because I am going off of like 30 frames per second. Which, I mean, it sucks a whole lot of balls. I'm not going to lie. It kind of sucks a whole lot. But, you know, it is what it is. So, let me just switch this up. Okay, so hang on for a split second here. Let me do this real quick. Okay, so let me turn on my PNG. There we go. Okay, so that should kind of minimize. Yeah, that should kind of just minimize like the lagging for you guys. So hopefully this is a little bit better for you. Let me just move that over like so. There we go. Okay, so as I was saying, so that was kind of like the main thing that I wanted to go over was the whole like sponsorship and all that kind of stuff, the affiliate. But also while I was gone, chat, apparently Zoids decided that they wanted to drop a absolute metric fuck ton of shit on me. So we're gonna kind of go over that. We're gonna kind of go over that a little bit. So let me see here. So the first thing that I wanted to bring up was that let me save some of these images here real quick for you guys. Actually, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna do this. Hang on, let me do that. I'm just gonna bring that over here. And I am going to close that out. Close that out. Let me see here real quick. Alright, so we are now in Outbreak Baby Jail. It gives me ample opportunity to bring up all these items, these lovely, lovely, lovely items for you all. Because it is quite a bit. These are quite a bit of a bunch of items that were announced while I was away. And I am gonna go over all of this with you. So I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to close that out. Okay. Sorry if I'm kind of scrambling around right now. Mainly just because of, well, a lot of stuff might be altered just a slight bit because of everything that is going on. Okay. So the first thing that Zoids wanted to drop on us is this. So this is the announcement for a collaboration with the Tokusatsu series Garo. Now, this one kind of came completely out of left field because for Tokusatsu, right? So for Tokusatsu stuff, right? Garo would not be on my first choice. Mainly just because Garo is a Tokusatsu series that is mainly aimed more for an adult audience, I guess you could say. Like a more, I guess you could say like a young adult / like adult audience. In fact, actually, let me pull up Garo. Well, hi, Kira. How you doing? But yeah, so like in terms of like tokusatsu series, Garo would not be my first choice. In fact, it would actually kind of be. Hang on, let me move that over. Garo would actually kind of be somewhere not anywhere near that. In fact, I would actually say the first thing I would have chose is maybe like Kamen Rider or Super Sentai or something like that. Oh, it's lagging. Yeah, yeah. This stream's a bit of a poop shoot, just again because the internet is quite ass. So it's something we're just gonna have to deal with. So Garo is this series. It's a really, really cool series. But the other problem with Garo is that, like, so basically the suits for Garo are beautifully elaborate. Like, they are absolutely gorgeous to look at. But the problem here for Garo is that because the suits are so overly designed, the suit actors couldn't really walk in them. So a lot of the fight scenes in Garo are almost entirely CGI. Because of that. Now, because this is going to be a Zoids collab, there's only... I mean, really, if you want to think about it, there's only like one Zoid that you could probably use, and that's the Hunter Wolf mold, which, my god, they're getting so much out of that mold. You got Hunter Wolf, and then, of course, there's like Gatling Fox, which is also something that they are getting their money's worth, because holy shit, that Zoid is being used so many times. So, the other one that they wanted to announce as well is the new addition to the AZ line. And this one is going to be the Command Wolf. And this one is going to be really interesting because I don't know if I brought over the actual picture of it, but I do quite believe this is going to be the motor for the Command Wolf. Now, what's really, really cool about it, right? So what's really, really cool about it is the box itself, because if you can see over here, that is a molded in Zoid core. And that is something that is completely and utterly unique to this Zoid, because to my knowledge, I don't think any other Zoids from the AZ line has this. I think the only one that really does is, I want to say, is the Death Sar. Because to my knowledge, none of the Ligers have it. Like, none of the Ligers actually have this, so. So, oh, wait, I actually did pull it up. Okay. So, the other Zoid that is going to be announced, and this one was kind of a no-brainer. So, this Zoid was kind of a no-brainer because we are getting the AZ Genosaur. So, the next one that is coming up is the AZ Geno Breaker. Now, I'm wondering if that means like the pre-orders for this thing are coming out in summer of 2025, or I have a feeling like it's going live in 2025. I don't think it's actually going to be released in 2025. That would be kind of insane because it was just announced like a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, so basically, for those who don't know, the Geno Breaker is an upgraded version of the Genosaur to combat the Republican Army's Blade Ligers. And essentially, what this will entail is that this is basically going to be just a repaint in a repainted Genosaur with obviously the Geno Breaker parts, and it's going to be pretty much the same thing, just again a little bit of gimmick differences here and there with the giant bladed pincers, and obviously the horn for the charged particle cannon. So I'm really excited about that. Will I get it? Probably not. I don't know. I first have to see how good the Genosaur is, and that's gonna kind of like make or break like if I want to get the Geno Breaker. Now this one blew my fucking gourd because, my god, do I want this Zoid so badly after seeing this. So these are add-ons for the Adamas Machina Berserk Führer. Now, what we have here is the Sturm unit and the Jagd unit. Now, obviously, this one is going to be the Sturm Tyrann, which is basically the red close quarter combat high speed combat equivalent for the Berserk Führer. But also, this right here blew my fucking mind because we've never gotten I guess you could say like an official release of this variant of the Führer, and that is the Jagdführer, which is basically the Berserk Führer's answer to the Liger Zero Panzer. And it's actually like my favorite CAS armor for the Führer, outside of like the standard armor, because it's just like the Berserk Führer is already badass enough, but you know what makes it even more badass? More guns. Just giant like Panzer, Liger Zero Panzer style cannons. Just, oh god, this looks so great. Now, this one also kind of took me back a little bit. So here we have an announcement, and it's a teaser, but it's an announcement for the Zoids Evangelion collab, which is really, really kind of fascinating. This kind of took me out of left field. And the Zoid choices that they use, it's the Xenorex, which is a Zoid that came, I want to say, at the tail end of the Zoids Wild Senki line. Which is, in of itself, it looks like a great Zoid. I personally don't own it. But it does look like it is a very, very nice little Zoid that I kind of want. And the cool thing about the Xenorex is that we don't really get to see a whole lot of this mold being used. Obviously, we've had things like the Xenorex and its different variants, right? We've seen it with its different variants. So it has a high-speed version that has like Genobreaker style Pensers and a more heavy-duty military variant, which has giant like flat cannons basically, or flat guns. And then another one that came out, but it was for the Duel Masters collab. So it's nice to see the Xenorex actually getting some love. Especially since it really came out like at the tail end of a line. At least to my knowledge. Hi Piper, how you doing?
little baby man.
Yes, how you doing? So, okay, so here, this is interesting. So, what this is, and for those who have watched the anime of Zoid's Chaotic Century, this will probably bring up a few feels. Now, this is a variant of the Hellcat that came out during the anime where Van Flyheight, if I remember correctly, it was where he was separated. I think it was like separated from Fiona and the Liger, and essentially, he meets a boy, and basically his pet Hellcat, which was a white Hellcat, and I want to say, if I remember correctly, it had like a tie-in with the other character Reese. I think that was someone from her past. Because it turned out, spoiler alert, the boy and the Hellcat were a ghost. So it's nice to see that this version of the Hellcat is seeing some love, because it is actually a fan favorite. A lot of fans really like the white ghost Hellcat. So I'm actually going to be picking this up when the pre-orders drop. This one also was announced. So this one here is the Raven version of the Genosaur. So this here is the RMZ Genosaur, but it's done up for Raven. So it has a more of a purplish tinge, maybe like a little bit of an indigo tinge to it, and of course the red accents. But what's really cool though And this is something that the Kotobukiya Zoid, the HMM Zoid variant, did not do correctly, and that is the grappling claw. Because here, it's the entire arm instead of just the hand. So I might pick this one up as well. I'm not entirely sure. But I do love the RMZ Genosaur. It's a really, really good kit. And if you haven't picked it up, I highly do recommend snagging it if you can. So this is on the show floor of basically the AMZ line. So if we kind of go over here, so from left to right, actually, you know what? We'll go from right to left because I want to save this one for later. So here we have the Genosaur, which I have that one on pre-order. This one here is the Sea Panther, which honestly surprised me as it getting a Z-Zoid. Because the Sea Panther, in terms of its lore, is not really noteworthy. It's just a small amphibious hermit crab Zoid that you can use for like sieging like the beaches and stuff like that. So it's not a noteworthy Zoid. It's nothing to write home about. But it's kind of cool that this little Zoid gets a AZ Zoid kit. The other one is the Mulga, which the Mulga is also kind of a cool one because it comes with like a horn, like a horn attachment, which is really kind of cool. Then of course we have the the Command Wolf, which we previously went over. I don't know if it will. Yeah, here we go. So this blew my mind because it's so gorgeous. So this is Liger Zero X, or the Imperial Liger Zero. So this is actually what the original Liger Zero was supposed to be. So in terms of Zoid's lore, Liger Zero was originally supposed to be an Imperial Zoid. And in fact, it was actually supposed to be the companion piece for the Berserk Führer, which is really, really cool. And now we are actually getting an Imperial Liger Zero, which I'm really happy about. I really love this. And my God, does it look fucking just sexy. Just Jesus Christ, this looks good. Now, according to my friend Phobos, right? So, according to my friend Phobos, apparently, the Liger Zero X variant, so the Imperial Liger Zero, it is supposedly, yeah. So apparently, it is gonna have the flapping gimmick motion for the Fire Phoenix. So you can actually basically have an Imperial Liger Zero Phoenix. So here we have the product shot of the two Xenorex Evangelion crossovers, and these look really good. These actually look really, really good. I'm not even that big of an Evangelion fan, and this stuff looks really fucking just immaculate. I love this. These look really good. I like Eva 01. I love the head. I love the head on this. It looks perfect for it. I don't know. I actually might pick this up. I might pick Eva Unit 1. Not gonna lie, I might actually pick up Eva Unit 01 when it comes out. And again, I'm not even that big of a Evangelion fan. Because, oh, Christ, that looks good. God, that looks actually really, really good. And here we have the images of the Berserk Führer with the Sturm unit and the Jags unit. And I really, really want to pick this up. I really, really do want to pick this up so badly just for these units alone. Just holy Christ. I cannot wait to see what a full-fledged Sturm Tyrant looks like. Because God, that looks beautiful. It's fucking immaculate. And here we have the RMZ Shield Liger. Now, this one's going to be the van version of the Shield Liger. The only thing I can say that I do not like, about this kit are the teeth. I do not like how almost cartoonish like these teeth look. They look like beavers. They dead ass look like beaver teeth. And I quite frankly do not care for that, considering that the Shield Liger in the anime doesn't have that comedically big of like oversized teeth for like the saber teeth. But other than that, everything looks fine. So this means that we will most likely get a regular run-of-the-mill Shield Liger later on. Wait, what, Grarl? I'm gonna make some pasta, aka Death by Butter. You in? Yeah, I'm definitely in. That sounds pretty good. So here we have some promotional images for the new Zoids girl armor figures that are coming out. And they're called the Med Armorverse. And I really like these. These look really good. I like this girl. She's really cute. This all kind of reminds me of Phantasy Star. Like just how all of this is set up. It really reminds me a lot of like Phantasy Star Universe. But yeah, it's really cute. So in this line, we're gonna get this girl here. She's gonna have the Blade Liger armor, and then Fiona is gonna have Sieg armor or Zeke armor. So these two are gonna be little. You can't see it, but yeah. So they're gonna have like a Zeke and a little Blade Liger respectively that apparently can pose as well, which is really fascinating. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm actually gonna snag both of them up when they come out for pre-order. Now this one also came out a little while ago, actually. So this one came out a little while ago. So this one is another one of these like dinosaur museum collabs. And I think they've done this with the Fukui Dinosaur Museum before, I want to say. Because there's like a whole series of this, and I kind of want to track them down. So basically what it is that you have these Zoid kits. They are released in basically bone color to kind of like symbolize like the little fossils and all that kind of stuff. So I remember they had a Genosaur, a Gunsniper, an Ankyrox, a Rhinos, if I remember correctly. Both the HMM and the regular Genosaur, I believe, if not just the HMM Genosaur. Ankyrox, Rhinos. I think Redhorn. Hang on, let me check here. Let me see here. Dinosaur Museum Zoid. Yeah, so they did do a regular motorized red horn. They did. Okay. So let me see here. So National Dinosaur Museum Zoids. Okay, yeah, so they did Gill Raptor. That was the other one. So they did do a motorized Genosaur back in like 2005. And then they also did a HMM Genosaur let me see here. Back in like 2019 on the Dinosaur Museum Expo. I'm trying to see like if there's like a little bit of a web page where I can like look this stuff up. Let me see here. I would have to ask Phobos if anything. Yeah, if anything, I'll have to ask Phobos about this one. In fact, actually, hang on. Let me summon the guy. Let me see real quick. Friends. Because funny enough, yes, I have friends. So let's see. Let me go to my friends list. Where's Phobos? Where's that motherfucker at? Let's see here. Where is there's this fucker. Your assistance with Zoids. Okay, there we go. So, I have summoned Phobos, and let me see if he'll actually take the bait. But yeah, so anyway, so basically, what this is that so this is a collaboration with the Fukui Prefectural Dinosaur Museum. Now, this is just the raptor from Zoids Wild. Now, this is also going to be done up and sold as a Fukui raptor, which is a actual species of dinosaur. You can see it in the background, which I think is kind of interesting because it really doesn't look anything like a Fukui raptor. Or I think it's supposed to be a Fukui Venator. Jump in the screen real quick. Hang on, let me just double check and not seem like I'm a fucking putz. Fukui Raptor. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So Fukui Raptor is an actual species. So it is the dinosaur that is behind the raptor. Okay. But yeah, so again, it's vaguely theropod-ish. So I guess you can say it can be a raptor. It can be whatever the hell they want it to be. But yeah, like I don't know if I want to pick this up. I don't know. I would rather focus on like other Zoids that are coming out besides this one. In fact, actually, let me see here real quick. Hang on, let me just do this real quick. Because I also, speaking of Phobos, because I know he shared a lot of the new model kits that are coming out. Because there was one that I wanted to, show off, and that he, basically had a fucking field day because, my God, there were so many Zoids just being spammed when this was announced. But yeah, my fucking God, hang on, I'm gonna have to scroll down a bit just to find some of the Zoids that he was talking about. Hang on, give me a second here, chat. Give me a second here. He spammed a lot of Zoid stuff when all this new stuff came out. So give me a minute here while I'm trying to dig everything out. Let me see here real quick. Also, I just want to sit here and say is that this stream is also sponsored by today's sponsor HLJ. Use my referral link in the description or in my chat commands. If you use !HLJ, it'll take you directly to the website. And HLJ Hobby Link Japan is the largest hobby store in the world for all of your model kit building needs, including things like Zoids, but also Gundam and anime figures as well. Hiya, Phobos. How you doing? We're talking about Zoids. Okay, hang on. Let me see here real quick. Yeah, give me a second here. Okay, so hang on. I'm scrolling through all of his stuff because he retweeted something about because I'm trying to build up the here it is. Here's this fucking bastard. Here we go.
You what?
Hey, Phobos.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. It's being a little stinky right now with how my PC is. Like, they can hear you, but they can't see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm literally streaming at like 30 FPS right now, so everything's a little chonky and laggy.
Yeah, because I can tell the stream's definitely way behind.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get it out like or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad. But we're just gonna roll with it.
All right. The stream. It looks like you're at the AZ Empire Liger Zero.
Yeah. I'm done with that one. I've been done with that for a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been done for that for a hot while. No, I was actually gonna ask you about the dinosaur museum collab kits.
Oh right.
Oh wait, there we go. Hang on. There you go. Now you get to sit on my shoulder.
Oh.
There we go. That's better. But yeah, no, I was talking about the dinosaur like Zoid collabs. I want to know like how many were there because I know there's a few.
Yep. Because every now and then Japan has a dinosaur expo, and I don't know if it's Tomi's just like as a big fan, but for whatever reason, every couple of years they get special edition special edition Bonezoids.
Yeah, because like Japan, the thing with them is that they love dinosaurs.
Yes.
They cannot get enough of them.
So I'm guessing the reason to bring it up is because you saw the new announcement of the Raptor Bonezoid.
Yeah, and I was like, how many of these are there? Because I was.
I guess I could have. Because aside from the new Raptor one and one of the and the HMM versions, I have all of them. Let's see. There's the first few were Redhorn, Rainos, Snipe Master.
Snipe Master.
And
I was thinking of one. I was thinking of that one.
And Genosaur. Yeah. There were 4 originally.
Also, hi mom. Thank you for the posture check. Yeah, that's my model, mom.
And then Kotobukiya made 2. They made Gun Sniper and Genosaur in the HMM line.
Yeah, I really love the Genosaur in that color.
Yeah, and then Tomy made.
I bet it's a bitch and a half to find now.
Oh yeah, it's expensive. See, and then Tomy made a few more. They made two versions of Gilraptor, and they made Ankyrox.
Yeah, I have a feeling all these Bonezoids are so hard to find now.
Yeah, I still don't have the Bonehorn one. I think that's the only one I'm missing.
Yeah. Which
Or did I get it?
sucks.
Honestly, I can't remember. It's been so hectic.
No, you're fine.
And then yeah, now we're getting the new Raptor one.
Yeah, it's based off of the Fukui Raptor.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so you actually get to see what the dinosaur looks like behind it. If you look at the box art.
Oh.
So the Fukui Raptor, funny enough, is not a raptor.
Mm.
It's like nowhere near a dromaeosaur. If I remember correctly, I think the Fukui Raptor is I want to say it's a Megaraptor or a Megalosaur. Treat yourself. Thank you, Mom. Yes, thank you. I will do. Yeah, it is. Okay, I was right. It is a Megaraptorian. Which, funny enough, that is what Biomegaraptor is. Which is funny because Biomegaraptor looks more like a raptor.
Yeah.
So the funny thing with Megaraptors is that when they first discovered them, yes, they originally thought that it was a giant dromaeosaur. But it turns out that no, they are a whole new beast, and I think people don't even know what the fuck they are. Like who they're
I mean,
related
yeah, it's a bit weird with the fossils because, like, I mean, we've only been around like as a species for so long, whereas like dinosaurs were, and you know, all the other critters in their time period were around for almost unfathomably so much time spans. Like,
yeah, and
like aren't we? We're closer in time to a T-Rex than a T-Rex was to a Stegosaurus, right?
yes, and also, fun fact.
Yeah, like it's.
So, fun fact, technically speaking, we are still in an ice age.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a little. We're mammals, so we deal with it a little bit better than reptiles.
Yeah, and also thank you, Katsuna. Thank you, Excalibur. It's great to be back. So sorry, the stream is so bad that texts are like really behind. But yeah, so basically, Megaraptorans are we kind of think they're more related to maybe just maybe like related slightly to the Tyrannosaurs. We still don't quite know what they are. But
this actually might interest you. I saw they got some more bits of Megalodon, and they were trying to reshape it again, and I guess they were thinking maybe it looks a bit more like a lemon shark, because apparently it's not nearly as closely related to the great white as we used to think.
No, it's not a mackerel shark. It's just...
I mean, it's not actually related to a lemon shark, but like the way they were rebuilding it this time gave it a bit more of a streamlined body rather than just taking a great white and scaling it up.
Yeah, that's always the thing I don't like when it comes to like people's conception of like prehistoric animals like dire wolves, megalodons, and stuff like that. Is that no? It's not just a great white shark, but just blown up 5 times. Or the dire wolf isn't just a gray wolf, but just blown up twice. They're their own separate species. Also, hang on real quick. Let me see here. I'm letting chat know that messages are going to be so far behind.
Yeah, I mean, I was giving them a little bit of leeway just because, I mean, with fish, sharks and stuff, like the teeth are usually all that all that's left, so it's really hard to even figure out what they're shaped like at all.
Yeah. There we go. I had to let chat know that I'm like everything's so far behind.
I see. I still don't even see me.
Yeah.
I assume I'll be popping up sooner or later.
Yeah. But yeah, like with if anything, you know what's actually a Zoid that they could have used for the Fukui Raptor?
Hmm.
Ironically, Gilraptor.
Oh yeah. Actually, speaking of Raptor, I just finished a quick little edit and I put it on TikTok. I'll put it in your server. It's not really a meme, but it is like a define aura kind of quick little 15-second edit thing,
Yeah.
and it's Raptoria.
And also, so the other thing that I wanted to go over is this
Hmm.
fucking monster of a collab. I guess I should probably just share my screen with you, make it a little bit easier.
Maybe I say which collab. We only have like 24.
The giant,
Oh.
the absolute monster clusterfuck of a collab that is Transformers, Zoids, and fucking Diaclone.
All right, yeah, the pre-orders for we're getting that in June finally.
So, okay, so a little bit of context, because I know you're probably not that savvy about Transformers, right?
I mean, a little, but yeah, I haven't. I definitely have not kept up.
Okay, so to kind of give you a rundown, Diaclone is actually where Transformers came from, or at least a good chunk.
Right.
Yeah, so like a good chunk of like G1 toys came from Diaclone, and that includes things like Starscream, Grimlock,
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
I do know that, that Hasbro is kind of why we know Transformers. Like Optimus wasn't supposed to be the main good guy, but Americans like trucks, so.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that like so basically, what was it? Hang on, I'm moving you over because I have so much shit.
Mhm.
Hang on, I'm trying to move you over because everything's a giant fucking mess. Okay. Anyway. So anyway, so basically, Diaclone is where Transformers came from, and
Yeah.
Diaclone is owned by Takara Tomy. Same thing with Transformers.
Yes.
So this is just basically them literally just smashing their properties together. Now I can tell you straight up, this is going to be very expensive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I've heard the Diaclone. It's like the newer decent ones are like usually anywhere between Life D and like 250. Like they're expensive.
Yeah, because you know how much the Adamas Führer is.
I think those were about 280.
Yeah, picture that, but it's almost every release from the Diaclone line. So you're literally like paying a Adamas Führer every single time they release a new toy.
Oof.
And good luck on the aftermarket because, especially the villain side for Diaclone.
Oh, and I actually have a little bit of info for those who've been keeping up with this thing. It seems like the Diaclone and Transformers are doing their like the T-Spark for that is like they're gonna keep doing that, but the next one seems like it's gonna be Megatron without Zoids. It looks like it's gonna be Megatron and Evangelion.
Yeah, and for the Adamas Machina, they are going to do. So they did Rodimus, which okay, you know that's fine. The one that really took me aback was Predaking.
Yeah.
That one, I'm like, so for your first couple of forays, you did an Autobot, which is fine because I think that one can transform. And then you're doing Predaking, a combiner without the combination. You're doing Predaking, a late G1 combiner.
Neat.
I mean, okay. I would have personally gone with Devastator because everyone and their fucking grandmother with with Alzheimer's can all tell you who Devastator is. But that's neither here. But that's neither here or there. So with this one, the transformation looks very simple. It's kind of It kind of has what we call like Leo Breaker syndrome, or I think it's called like Liger Jack. Basically, what it is that, which I mean, granted, it's not a bad thing because we haven't seen that for a lion transformer in a hot while. Basically, what it is that the torso / head of the lion basically becomes the torso of the robot, the head comes out of the mane, and you just kind of stand him up and just fiddle around with the arms and legs, and you got a robot.
I didn't even really think about the lore implications of this thing until just now, but like, have we ever had Transformers that like transformed into a different like? Are we trying to imply that these are the same organism,
Yes.
like a Beast Wars thing, where it's just a disguise, where it's not actually a Liger, like
Yes.
it just looks like one?
I think so. And then like
Because it's like you.
I really am curious how they're going to weave the lore around this.
Or so even bother.
Honestly, yeah, I don't even really want lore. I just want a big dumb toy.
I
And-
think the Monster Hunter one was the only collaboration so far to well, that one, the Pat Labor is going to, but or Pat Labor, but I think the Monster Hunter ones are the so far only Zoids collab that actually gave some lore, and apparently it's pretty much the same collab lore they gave in every Monster Hunter collab. It's just a portal happened and things are weird.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's easy.
The one that I'm like really curious about in terms of its lore,
Mm-hmm.
the one that I'm super fucking like scratching my head about is the Garo collab. I am
Oh yeah.
so curious on how that's going to work. In terms of
I have
its
not a clue.
In terms of its lore, my god, are these things not like in the same ballpark?
I mean, I
you-
could see.
I mean, you could say
could
like
see
the
it.
Makai Knights summoned a Zoid to fight horrors, but that's kind of.
Or maybe Z is just like, maybe people are just kind of into this kind of thing. Maybe their special forces got a little bit weird on Z after rebuilding.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I mean, like, did Garo just slip into Planet Z and everyone's like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Let's go do that.
I mean, why not? You know what? That's going to be the same exact lore as Monster Hunter. A portal happened.
Yeah, just portal
That's it.
happened.
That's the story.
It's like a portal appeared and shit got weird. And now the Zoid that I am really stoked for, let me see if I can find it, is this fucking monster.
Oh, the salamander?
Yeah, I am so hyped for this
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
beast.
I gotta apologize because I have not made any Zoids like update videos in like weeks. I've just been crazy busy and super depresso, so I've just been
Oh, no,
uploading anime clips instead,
I completely understand. Like, I've been kind of in the same ballpark.
which is both bad and good. Like on one hand, I haven't made my own content at all, but on the other hand, my Facebook following went up. I got like 4,500 more followers in like a week, and I'm like, oh, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's good. Now I have a bunch of followers there, so that's something. And Facebook apparently and Instagram do not care. They either don't care about copyrights, or I actually think they do, because it runs a copyright scan on every Zoid thing I upload, but it always says all green, and I'm like, it's not all green. I'm blatantly uploading illegally intellectual property, and you just don't seem to know what Zoids is at all, so it just slips by.
If they're allowed to like upload AI art slop on Facebook, I think you're fine.
Right. I don't feel bad about Lizard Boy losing money or anything. Like,
Yeah, I'm not either. That guy can cry his salty lizard tears. I mean, for fuck's sake, who uses a bottle of barbecue sauce as a bookend? No, I'm not getting. I'm not getting over that. I'm not getting over that happened. Or the fact that he just looks like a fucking reptilian in every single shot that he's in. Like, it's like, it's so weird because it's like it's trying to pretend it's a human.
yeah.
It's
I say it. I think I've been watching Wild Zero also and uploading some clips. I think you'll love Reptoria if you haven't seen that anime yet. She is best girl.
Reptoria. Oh, is it the blue one?
She's a little blue raptor Zoid.
Yeah. I saw like some of it. But like,
I just upload a little clip to your server. She just tears her way through some Jamingas, and it's great.
I gotta see this after all of this. But like,
She's violent. I put it in your meme room. It's not really a meme, but
yeah, no, I'll take a look at it. But like with this though,
yeah.
oh my god, I'm so hyped for this. Because
This thing is so cool. I mean, what I really need to do is I need to find a flamethrower effect part now.
I do too. I mean, I could probably, well, no, because they're purple. I was gonna say I could let you have like my little effect parts I have for like my Magmatron, but no, they're purple.
Let's say there's got to be some, or maybe like some orange Kamehameha blast or something from a DBZ, something because like I want to have it flying in the air and doing fiery things.
Yeah, because I know Tamashii Nations they sell effect pieces. Like that's not a problem. In fact, actually,
Yeah.
let's see here. Let's see.
Oh, and I don't know if you saw, I uploaded, I think I put it on my YouTube and a couple other things. They did also show that this can super easily attach the Gojula's cannons.
Yeah, that means we're gonna get the Salamander Bomber.
More than likely we'll get a bomb burn, or if at the very least it's just going to automatically come with the adapter and you can just buy the cannons to make it super easy. Because the
Okay.
cannons are sold separately, so.
Oh, good, because I have the Gojula's the Ogre. So I can
Yeah,
just
because
slap
like
it.
they do sell the that's one of the few customized parts Kotobuki actually does sell is the Gojula's cannons.
Which is weird because the Gojula's is so hard to find now. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of a pain. Like I'm not really sure what else you're supposed to put it on, like for the Kotobuki's line. Like maybe an Iron Kong. There's not a whole lot of other giant Kotozoids to even use them for.
I mean, like, look, the only other Zoids that could use what are the? I think they're called like what, the super cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other Zoids that use super cannons are Ultrasaurus, Salamander, and Gordos. Well, we got one of those.
Yeah.
We got Salamander here, but we don't got Gordos or Ultrasaur. I mean, we have the Chibi Ultrasaur, but I want to know how that's gonna look.
I actually do have a spare set of the big Gojula's cannons, the Kotobuki ones, and I'm gonna put them on I'm working on a posable Mad Thunder, putting it on those.
Oh, that would look so good. Okay, honestly, I cannot wait to build my King Gojulus.
All right, you haven't built him yet.
No, I have not. I've been waiting. I have honestly been waiting.
I'm gonna warn you about the horrible noise it makes because it's not a digital speaker. It's just grinding gears that make it roar. But at the same time, if you have a decent mic, like record it and use it for something, 'cause it's a unique noise.
Oh, there we go. That's the Shield Liger. Okay. Yeah. No, I might use that as a sound alert.
It's certainly a noise. It's not a good one, but it is a
It is a
distinct
thing.
one.
And also, this is what I was talking about. So this is basically gonna have like the Leo Breaker transformation, where, obviously the main / head area is just going to be the body and torso. And
Yeah.
just stand
I love
there.
the red accents and the big gun, though.
I do too. I don't know if I will get this. It looks cool, but like, I don't know if I'm going to get it.
I feel like I'm contractually obligated to get it because my plan is to get all the collaboration Zoids.
Good luck. Good luck with that price.
Oh wait, I wonder if do you think it comes with that stand?
Probably, because that is the typical like Masterpiece Transformer stand that they usually give them nowadays.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, because I know the Bandai Liger came with a stand, and I think the Adamus one comes with a stand too.
Yeah, so these stands, I think they've been packing them since like Masterpiece Dinobot. And the cool thing with it is that you can actually connect them to other stands.
Oh, it's right. I was actually going to ask about that because I can see all the pegs sticking out, which looks like they just snapped together with another one.
Yeah, you can actually do that. That's the whole point.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Masterpiece Transformers are really cool. Their quality has been on par with SH Monsters as of late, but like they will include like a lot of really cool little goodies like these stands. But they'll also have
actually, since you're more familiar with these, I'm actually not entirely sure how big it's going to be. I think I heard a person say these figures are usually around 10 inches tall. Is that about right?
I think so. That's probably on par with Masterpiece Optimus Prime. So it's not too
Alright.
big. Also,
So I gotta figure out where to put this thing.
also fun fact is that Optimus Prime in Japan used to be called Convoy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. A lot of people have been saying that they should have called it Shield Convoy.
Yeah, because the only reason why they changed it now to the more universal Optimus Prime is because of the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the reason why. Because up until like 2007, yeah, up until 2007, he used to be called like Convoy. So like every Optimus Prime would be called like something variant of Convoy, like Lio Convoy, Big Convoy, Fire Convoy, Galaxy Convoy.
I'm surprised they were using the name that late into it, because like I know as soon as Peter Cullen was doing Optimus's voice, like everyone just fell in love with that.
Yeah,
like he's just the definitive voice of this guy.
Yeah. Well, in fact, actually, I'm gonna be honest. I prefer Gary Chalk. That's my Optimus.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
My Optimus is Gary Chalk. My Megatron is Keith David. I mean, not Keith David. David K.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's definitely a hot take because I don't have too big a stake in Transformers, so I'm not gonna.
I am a uber nerd
gonna freak out about it.
Transformers.
It's just also bizarre to me since like Zoids is my thing. That like Transformers is like our weird step sibling, but like we've never done anything together. It's been over 4 decades. This is the first time we've done anything together ever, and it's like, why
siblings,
didn't
more
we?
Of like more like weird cousins.
Yeah, like why did we never done? We were family of sorts. We were definitely always connected to each other, but we just never did anything.
It is kind of weird, yeah. I think that a lot of it had to do with like legal issues, which is
Yeah.
funny. Which is funny because Zoids was brought to America by Hasbro.
Yeah, well, they were brought there by Kenner, and Kenner got bought out. But yeah, Hasbro had Transformers and Zoids, and Tomy had Transformers, and they had Diaclone, and they had Zoids. I'm like, all the pieces were there for years, and they're still there.
Yeah, and no one has ever really. Actually, no, I take that back. They have, but they're in doujinshis. I have.
Wait,
them.
really?
Yes, I have a doujinshi called T-Beast. And
That's so like. Give me the basic premise. Is it like is it Zoids went to Cybertron, or Cybertronians ended up on Z?
Okay, so hang on, I'm gonna look this up here. So T-Beast doujinshi.
I didn't know we had any Doja. That's pretty fun.
Okay, so what it is that it is basically just what if these Transformers had beast modes. That's literally all it is. It is literally just what if
They just happen to look like Zoids.
And Wheeljack, I want you to look at me in my cold, dead, fucking saurian eyes. I want you to look at Wheeljack's beast mode.
I'm ready.
And
I'm prepared. My body is ready.
And I want you to guess what the fuck this is supposed to be.
Oh boy, I'm excited. What's happening?
It is so on the fucking nose. It is smacking you. And I'm also gonna throw this on. I'm also gonna throw this up on screen. I put it in the chat, in the server.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me check here. Where's the
chat?
What the? What is it?
What do you think that is? Looking at it,
well, okay, so it's got a fat Brastel tiger body, a Konig wolf tail,
and a Konig wolf head,
and a
command wolf.
Command wolf head?
No, it's Konig wolf head, command wolf.
Why is he so thick?
Well, it's a timber wolf, but yeah,
he's so round.
And then they also
eats well.
Oh, he eats so damn well.
He's so thick. I love him.
It's a whole. So basically, what it is that it's literally an entire book based around like what if some of these Transformers had beast modes, and some of the ones that had beast modes, what if these beast modes were like what if these beast modes were like Cybertronian? Like, what if they were robotic instead of just flesh and bone animals?
Yeah.
Or I should say techno-organic. But yeah, you get stuff like this, and then there's also a third-party Transformer figure, aka not an official Transformer, which is also like a huge market in of itself. Basically, what it is that third-party Transformers, Hasbro kind of lets them live as long as they don't call themselves Optimus Prime. If they don't call themselves Optimus Prime or anything like that, they're allowed to live.
I see.
And or if they don't get in the way of like official Hasbro releases. This kind of ran into a little bit of contingency with the third-party Unicron being released around the same time as the HasLab Unicron.
Are you trying to tell me that Hasbro produces toys? Since when?
Yeah, right. Like,
I thought Hasbro just sat on intellectual properties and did nothing with them. When did they start making products?
And also this is something I also thought as well. So SparkFig is coming out with a Kotona Elegance.
Yeah.
So
I'm both very excited that we're getting a new anime figure, but I'm also slightly annoyed that it is once again Kotona.
Look at me, my cold fucking eyes, my lifeless dinosaur eyes, and tell me that they did not make Kotona with fan service in mind. You know damn well they did.
I know they did, but it's like Kotona's already has one big she has one big sitting figure. She has one big swimsuit figure with an inflatable tube. She's got a swimsuit figure. She's got two swimsuit figures. She's got a regular sitting SRDX figure. Like, she already has way more than anyone else. Can't we get a figure of somebody who, like, what about a figure of Lena that's not terrible?
No, I agree, but at the same time, remember, Genesis was made to bring in like the older like crowd, basically. Hence
Pervs?
Say what?
Pervs? Gooners?
Like, look, they did things like an Idol-esque like opening, like actually not opening, but Idol-esque like ending songs, basically.
By the way, for those who haven't seen Joy Genesis, I'm just teasing. Like, it's actually a pretty good anime. Like, it's not I wouldn't say it's the best Zoids anime, but it's not bad.
But a lot of the stuff they don't explain.
No, they don't. Like, one of the things that I still bring up when people are talking about Zoid's lore is people think that Genesis happened after New Century, and I'm like, no. It's its own thing, and somehow, for some reason, Genesis has one